Governor JB Pritzker of Illinois just brought the House down in New Hampshire in what may have been the most powerful speech so far of the political season. It was a call to action. Let me show you what went down. Governor Pritzker says we need to be done with trying to find optimism in the motivations of these Republicans. They are bad people. They hate America. It's time that we fight. Watch this right here.
It's time for us to be done with optimism about their motives or their objectives. Time to stop wondering if you can trust the nuclear codes to people who don't know how to organize a group chat. It's time to stop ignoring the hypocrisy and wearing a big gold cross while announcing the defunding of children's cancer research. And time to stop thinking that we can reason or negotiate with a madman. Time to stop apologizing when we were not wrong. Time to stop surrendering when we need to fight. Our small businesses don't deserve to be bankrupted by unsustainable tariffs. Our retirees don't deserve to be left destitute by a Social Security Administration decimated by Elon Musk. Our citizens don't deserve to lose health care coverage because Republicans want to hand a tax cut to billionaires. Our federal workers don't deserve to have, a 19-year-old Doge bro called Big Balls destroy their careers. Autistic kids and adults who are loving contributors to our society don't deserve to be stigmatized by a weird Nepo baby who once stashed the dead bear in the backseat of his car. Our military service members don't deserve to be told by a washed-up Fox TV commentator who drank too much and committed sexual assault before being appointed Secretary of Defense that they can't serve their country simply because they're black or gay or a woman. And if it sounds like I'm becoming contemptuous of Donald Trump and the people that he has elevated, it's because I am. You should be too. They're an affront to every value this country was founded upon.
Next up, Governor Pritzker talks about how all of these Trump lackeys, these Trump minions, the Trump cabinet, they are failures as human beings. They are failures in life, and they are dangerous individuals. Here, play this clip.
But because of Donald Trump's xenophobia, we've seen foreign students already choosing not to attend our universities and being told to leave. Businesses from overseas are afraid to invest their money here and to bring their executives to our shores. Scientists are choosing to innovate in European laboratories instead of American ones, already in just 100 days. If the best and the brightest around the world no longer flock to this shining city on a hill, then the U.S. economy is likely to fail. But failure, it's starting to look like that's the point of all this, doesn't it? We have a Secretary of Education who hates teachers and schools. We have a Secretary of Transportation who hates public transit. We have an Attorney General who hates the Constitution. We have a Secretary of State, the son of naturalized citizens, a family of refugees, on a crusade to expel our country of both. We have a head of the Department of Government Efficiency, an immigrant granted the privilege of living and working here, a man who has made hundreds of billions of dollars after the government rescued his business for him, who is looking to destroy the American middle class to fund tax cuts for himself. And we have a president who claims to love America, but who hates our military so much that he calls them losers and suckers, and who can't be bothered to delay his golf game to greet the bodies of 4 fallen U.S. soldiers. And we have a grand old party founded by one of our nation's bravest presidents, Abraham Lincoln, who today would be a Democrat, I might add. But a grand old party so afraid of the felon and the fraud that they put into the White House that they would sooner watch him destroy our country than lift a hand to save it. Democrats, we may have to fix our messaging and our strategy, but our values are exactly where they ought to be. And we will never join so many Republicans in the special place in hell reserved for quislings and cowards.
I love that portion of the speech. Next up, Governor Pritzker talks about his own background as a Ukrainian American Jew. He says, who helped build the Holocaust Museum. And he talks about how these MAGA Republicans are trying to, weaponize the idea of anti-Semitism in order to enact their authoritarian agenda. He goes, don't invoke anti-Semitism as a way to start snatching migrants off the street and engaging in authoritarian tactics. He goes, how dare you play this clip?
There are plenty of people in this country who hold opinions that I find abhorrent, but my faith and our Constitution dictate that I fight for their freedoms as loudly as I defend my own. And as a Ukrainian American Jew who built a Holocaust museum, whose family immigrated here as refugees from the Russian pogroms, let me say this to Donald Trump. Stop tearing down the Constitution in the name of my ancestors. Do not claim that your authoritarian power grabs are about combating anti-Semitism. When you destroy social justice, you are disparaging the very foundation of Judaism. When the pendulum swings back, and it always does, you will have contributed to the climate of retribution that will inevitably follow.
And then Governor Pritzker had a message to other Democrats. Let's watch this clip right here.
What I find ironic about the current conversation surrounding our party is that the voices flocking to podcasts and cable news shows to admonish fellow Democrats for not caring enough about the struggles of working families are the same ones who, when it comes to relief of the struggles of real people, have been timid, not bold. They didn't want to fight the health insurance companies and the drug manufacturers. They didn't want to demand an increase in the minimum wage or require paid family leave. They gave in to the powerful hedge fund managers and tech bros whose blind pursuit of profits is now destroying everything that matters to middle-class families, from home ownership to healthcare to veterans benefits. They told us to ignore the fact that most Americans can't afford a vacation while they're young or a retirement once they're old. Here's the problem with the do-nothing crowd, now telling us what to do. Well, they spent their years watching Republicans illegitimately pack the Supreme Court, take away voting rights from people of color, systematically chip away at the constitutional order. And all the while, they offered, in response, a simple defense of norms and decorum and a blind hope that one day soon Republicans would wake up to find their better angels. Well, that got us exactly where we are today. So, folks, the reckoning is here. And now that this culture of timidity is on full display, those same do-nothing Democrats want to blame our losses on our defense of black people, of trans kids, of immigrants, instead of their own lack of guts and gumption.
Governor Pritzker then talks about some simple truths, right versus wrong. He goes, it is wrong to snatch human beings off the street and send them to concentration camps in El Salvador. That's not due process. That's not what our Constitution says. Play this clip.
It's wrong to snatch a person off the street and ship them to a foreign gulag with no chance to defend themselves in a court of law. And I want to be clear, this is not an argument about immigration. This is an argument about the Constitution. Remember, Trump just last week arrested and deported 3 children under 8 years old, all U.S. citizens, all of them. One of them, a 4-year-old with stage 4 cancer. Let that sink in.
Can we geek out for a minute on something? I think it's going to be helpful for you. It's called Fatty 15. Its co-founder, Dr. Stephanie Vin Watson, discovered C15 as the first essential fatty acid to be found in 90 years while working with the U.S. Navy to improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins. It's pretty simple. Essential nutrients keep our cells healthy, which keeps us healthy. So if you want to get sciencey about it, studies show that C15, it works by strengthening our cells, improving our mitochondrial function, and protecting us against damaging free radicals. So if you feel like, how could I stop aging faster? Or I'm sleeping poorly or feeling sluggish, the bottom line is that many of us are deficient in C15, which results in weaker cells, which results in those things. So Fatty 15 is the science-backed award-winning vegan and pure C15 supplement that steps in and helps. It works in multiple ways. It repairs age-related damage to cells. It protects them from future breakdowns. It boosts mitochondrial energy output and activates pathways in the body that help regulate sleep, mood, natural repair mechanisms that support our overall health. So deeper sleep, smoother functioning joints, healthier hair, skin, and nails. That's essential, and the C15 helps here, and Fatty 15 delivers. So it comes in these gorgeous reusable glass bamboo jars and refill capsules that are shipped to your door quarterly in pouches made from recycled materials. I love that. Fatty 15 is on a mission to replenish your C15 levels and restore your long-term health. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/Meidas and using the code Meidas at checkout. That's fatty15.com/Meidas, fatty15.com/Meidas, MEIDAS. Use that code Meidas at checkout, MEIDAS.
Let me show you the powerful closing portion of this speech by Governor Pritzker. Let's play it.
I understand the tendency to give in to despair right now, but despair is an indulgence that we cannot afford in the times upon which history turns. Never before in my life have I called for mass protests, for mobilization, for disruption, but I am now. These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. They have to understand that we will fight their cruelty with every megaphone and microphone that we have. We must castigate them on the soapbox and then punish them at the ballot box. They must feel in their bones that when we survive this shameful episode of American history with our democracy intact, because we have no alternative but to do just that, that we will relegate their portraits to the museum halls reserved for tyrants and traitors. And when the courage of our civic leaders wavers, when they fail to stand up for our country in its moment of greatest need, then we should remind them that cowardice always comes at a cost. In the world's most successful republic, no generation of Americans has escaped our true inheritance, the test that we are given that asks how hard we are willing to fight to keep our society free. It was selfish to think that ours would be the first. But the fact that we are still here debating the question tells me our predecessors never failed this test in the past, often in situations just as dire as the one in front of us. Cowardice can be contagious, but so too can courage. And courage born during times when complacency beckons like a siren call is the most important kind of all. Just as the hope that we hold on to in the darkness shines with its own special light. These days, I cling to the courage and the hope demonstrated by Andy and Gavin and Lucy. Courage and hope that risks limbs and livelihoods to go to the most visible place possible, to wave a sign or to post an upside-down flag and remind everyone that what we do and what we don't do matters. So tonight, I'm telling you what I'm willing to do, and that's fight for our democracy, for our liberty, for the opportunity for all of our people to live lives that are meaningful and free. And I see around me tonight a room full of people who are ready to do the same. So I have one question for all of you, Granite Staters. Are you ready for the fight? For real, Granite Staters, are you ready for the fight? Good night, New Hampshire. God bless you, and God bless these United States.
There you have it, folks. Again, I think one of the most powerful political speeches we have covered thus far on the MeidasTouch Network. You tell me what you think about it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate you, Meidas Mighty. Have a good one.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.meidastouch.com. All 100% USA union made.